Hello everybody, welcome to the Crizzy White YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing my first ever album review. And along with that, I would like to announce the fact that I will be bringing back Crizzy Critiques and that this YouTube channel will be brought back to be focused more on music, critiquing, and that kind of stuff. Although I will still be doing gaming, I'm probably going to move that over to Twitch. Anyways, to continue, today we are discussing a emo trap / hip hop album that I am very, very fond of. I have been in the emo trap scene for quite a long time to varying levels of success.
Fucking yeah, I know that they've been all inside my head.
And I feel as if I am confident enough to critique this album. Speaking of the album we are critiquing today, we are discussing Tragedy by Brennan Savage. Now, I know that Brennan Savage has varying levels of success. Some people love him, some people hate him. A lot of people think he's a copy of Drippin' So Pretty or a copy of Lil Peep. I believe that he has his own merits and that he is very talented, although I do not think anything in his list of discography comes anywhere close to Tragedy. And today, I will be explaining why both him and his contemporaries cannot match the level of success that this album has created for me. So, first I would like to discuss the concept of Tragedy. Tragedy is an emo trap album that covers a wide range of topics, going from drug addiction to the over-reliance on needing other people's approval, to searching for love, and the loss of close friendships, such as I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he's talking about Lil Peep in a few songs about the unfortunate tragedy of Lil Peep. So, the elements of production on this are very impressive. I'm not sure who engineered the songs. I'm not sure if Brennan did that or if he had his collaborators do it. But on the production end, we have Fishnark, we have Kill Station, we have several big names that I will put on the screen as I'm talking about it, because I probably should have had the list up, but I don't. The production is insane. It's very moody, but at the same time, it's almost elegant. There's a lot of violins, a lot of piano, and the guitar that's played is more luxurious than it is rough or grungy that you would find in something like Come Over When You're Sober or a Cold Heart album. It's a lot more pretty would be the word I would use to describe it. Not saying that the production elements of those other projects aren't beautiful, but it's a lot cleaner. And I think that that works with Brennan's voice, because Brennan doesn't have a typical emo voice. It's very clean. He sings very purposely. It feels like the notes that he hits are very much in his range. Well, I feel like other artists, such as Lil Peep once again, and I would like to make this clear, I do think that this is better than any Lil Peep album or EP ever made. I do. But I am a way bigger fan of Lil Peep than I am Brennan Savage. I would like to make that clear now. There are some times where I feel like Lil Peep cannot hit the notes he is trying to hit. And he is pushing his vocals to a point that they come off muddy, rougher than they need to be. I just feel like he doesn't clean himself up as much as Brennan would. And of course, this is an element of Brennan's older music, but not with Tragedy. This album was very important to me when I was in 10th grade in high school, specifically in art class. I would listen to this album off of my phone without earbuds. Nobody complained. They all left me alone while I was drawing, painting, whatever. Me and my friends would listen to this at her table, and every single day it didn't get boring. And I feel like the reason why is because of my connection to the theming around this project. At the time, I was a young lad, and I have always been obsessed with the idea of finding love, being in love, searching for love, and this album covers a lot of topics about how Brennan feels as if he can't be loved because he doesn't love himself, and that the lifestyle he lives isn't compatible to find a partner. And I think with displays such as the song of Energy, which is saying, hey, don't waste your time on me, save your energy, leave that for your own life, just as I should leave my energy to better myself so you can give your energy to me. Another concept often brought into this album, especially with the song Once Upon a Time, would be an unfortunate breakup. For instance, Once Upon a Time is about how he believed that the person that he found was only for him and could have been special for the rest of his life, but that's in the past. And now Brennan and the person he is singing about have separated, and in their separation they found that they are incompatible. And I think that it speaks volumes on the state of obsession that you find in love these days. I think a lot of music portrays the idea of loving a partner as you have to put up with the negatives. You have to endure pain to experience love. What I think is beautiful about this album is that Brennan doesn't believe that a person deserves love just because they exist. He believes that you need to better yourself before you can find it. It's a very positive experience, and even with the dark themes of this album, talking about death, losing other people, at the end of the day, Brennan looks forward to improving himself and making sure that he can not make the same mistakes that he had made in the past. So I would like to do a deeper dive into individual songs, which ones are my favorites, which ones are my least favorites, because even though I do think that this album is near perfection, I don't believe it's perfect. But I don't believe that there is a perfect emo trap album that I have heard. Maybe there is one that I haven't heard, but not one that I have. So, my favorites: Remember Me, Once Upon a Time, Energy, Till the End, Dreams of You, and Nothing's Changed. My least favorite, I only have one least favorite song, is Cold Tile. So I'm going to explain my distaste for Cold Tile before I explain my love of the other songs. I don't like the production of Cold Tile whatsoever. I feel like Brennan's voice is almost too high for the song. I don't think it's out of key, but I don't think he's singing correctly over this very dark, broody instrumental. I don't like the drums on the song. I don't like the melody. It all comes to the production, honestly. I think that the theming of the song, the lyrics are great. I do not like the production of that song. I think it ruins the song. There are very few features on the album. There is a Lil Tracy feature on Till the End, which I think is absolutely amazing. It was around the same time that Lil Tracy was working on Anarchy, and I believe that Anarchy itself is a pretty bad album. I'll say that straight up. But I think that the vocal ideas that Tracy had were great for the project. I just believe that it didn't end up working in his favor in terms of his own album. But on this feature is great. I understand that Tracy is a controversial figure, but you can't deny talent. I'm not taking into account personal behavior and personal life into this review or any review I do. The other feature is Kill Station on Dreams of You. Kill Station takes up, I would say, most of this track, honestly. He is on a good chunk of it, and he also works on the production end of it, and I think it is fabulous. I think letting this basically be a Kill Station song featuring Brennan Savage creates a lot of space on this album that cleans up the pace a little bit, because I will say, with having so little features on an album, you know, eventually you feel like you've heard everything the artist can do, which I don't personally think that Brennan Savage grows stale on this album. But I do think it is a problem with when you eat something a lot, right? You get tired of tasting that thing. And when you're listening to one artist with no features over and over again, eventually the voice does wear a little bit. So giving a song that is still Brennan's song, I shouldn't have said that it was Kill Station's song featuring Brennan, because it's not. Brennan plays a huge role. But Kill Station takes up such a huge part of the song, and I feel like it breaks up the fluctuation going just Brennan over and over again. I think they both work together greatly. This is not my favorite Brennan Savage Kill Station collab. That goes to Existential. I think that song is legendary. But this song is my second favorite collaboration between them. I think that this song is amazing. I love the way that Kill Station pushes his vocals. I love the theming of the song being about finding love with a girl, but you can't shake the feelings of your past getting in the way, the insecurities of her finding another man, finding someone else to be with. I think it's very good for us insecure white boys. So I think that's great. Nothing's Changed is a great outro. I love that outro. There's not much to say about it. It's just a good song. It works well to break off the album. I feel like it brings everything that was said in this album in the end, puts it together and says, it's like the perfect resolution. I think one of the best things going for this album is the intro of the entire thing, Remember Me. Remember Me gets everything out of the way. Brennan opens up and he lays out almost every topic that he is going to cover in this album. And I think what this song specifically stands for, because I'm not sure if this album does have a profound message or not, which I know. How can it be the best emo trap album if it doesn't? Because all the songs are good. Just genuinely, it is just the best sounding emo trap album. From first song to last song, there are no skips. This is nearly perfect to me. But what I believe the song represents, Remember Me, is that when somebody dies and they are a public figure or they are known for something, everybody remembers an idea of them, you know? We didn't know Juice WRLD, Lil Peep, XXXTentacion. We didn't know them, but we still remember them in the light that we wish to. What I think Brennan is portraying in this song is that when he dies, he wants people to remember him for who he actually was. He doesn't want people to remember the idolization of him, the idea of him. He wants people to remember him for who he is. And I believe this is perfectly expressed by the lyrics, they all know my name, fell in love with the pain, now they fear the change, you know I live in tragedy. In this, he is saying, you might all know my name, you might all know me as the sad guy who makes sad music, who lives in tragedy. But what I really want is for you to remember me as the person I was. Not the fame, not the music, as a person. My overall views on this album is that it is the cream of the crop when it comes to emo trap albums. I believe that this is no less than a 9 out of a 10 album, and if you have any interest in Lil Peep, Juice WRLD, Trippie Redd, any of those artists, you are going to love this album. Brennan may become one of your favorite artists. Go check it out. This is my final reminder that Crazy Critiques is coming back. I'm going to try to aim for Wednesdays, but who knows when it'll actually land on. You know, my streaming schedule got a little rough at the end. I'm going to be doing more of these. I plan for my next review to be on the sequel to this album, Tragedy 2. And anyways, that's all I'm going to leave you with. I hope you like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.
No.